Welcome back to How This Mom Does It, and today I'm going to be sharing with you our book list for the month of January. If you're interested in seeing what we're going to be reading in January, stay tuned. For the month of January, we have several different themes that we work through, and how I develop my book list is I look at the topics that we're going to be covering and I pull books that I think will go best with the themes that we're working through. And I usually just use our home library, but I'm always adding to it, and I know what themes I'm going to be working through throughout the year. So I'm always adding books, and we're always having new books coming in, so it's never just the same old stuff all the time. So I'll go ahead and get into the themes that we're going to be covering for the month of January. We're going to be doing a fairly big unit on China and the Chinese New Year, and I have read-alouds and some independent reading and picture books, so a lot of things to go with that. We also do a fairly good-sized unit on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and she does a project on that. And then we also do a pretty big unit on winter. It's kind of like our intro into weather, and we start our big weather unit in February, but we kind of start off with snow, snowflakes, and winter. And so I have a lot of books on that, lots and lots of picture books. So we read through those in January. And then we also do a good-sized unit on penguins. And we do a literature unit on Mr. Popper's Penguins. And that's like a writing unit. And then we also do a science research project on penguins. So she actually does research on actual penguins and then does a project based on it. So we do that in January as well. And then this January we're actually going to be finishing up Lighthouses. We started it in December with Light It Turn Rock, and we didn't get through everything and finish the complete project like I'd wanted to. So we're going to finish that up in January as well. So that is, those are the themes that we're going to be working through in the month of January. So now I will go ahead and get into the book lists. So the read-alouds for the month of January are Mr. Popper's Penguins, A Grain of Rice, Little Pear, and we're actually also going to be doing My Father's Dragon. I don't have that one pictured here. That is going to be my audiobook for the month. So that way I like to have one book at least that I have on audio so we can listen to it while we're going to different activities and in the car. It just lets us keep doing school while we're on the road. So lots of road schooling. But those are our 4 books that we're going to be using for read-alouds. So I have a couple different books we're going to be doing for her independent reading. We go through a charter school, and they're doing a science fair, and she's going to be participating in that. So I thought it would be fun for her to read the science fair from the Black Lagoon. So we have that for the month of January. A to Z Mysteries, The Lucky Lottery. A Magic Treehouse, Blizzard of the Blue Moon. And a Magic Treehouse, Day of the Dragon King. So those are the beginning chapter books. And then I have some leveled readers for my daughter as well. Keep the Lights, Burning Abbey, and that's to go with the Lighthouse unit that we're going to be doing. Martin Luther King Jr., A Man of Peace. Martin Luther King Jr., and that's a Nat Geo Kids book. I have a Nat Geo Penguins, and that's a nonfiction book. And this is just for fun to go with the snow theme, as an Olivia and the Snow Day. And this is The Bravest Dog Ever, True Story, Balto. And yes, there is a whale sticker on the book, but it's Balto. And then To the Top, it's another one of the Step Into Reading leveled readers. And then a Magic School Bus leveled reader, The Lost in the Snow. So those are our leveled readers and beginning chapter books for the month of January. These are our themed picture books for the month of January. So again, we're finishing up lighthouses. So I have Little Red Lighthouse and the Great Gray Bridge. And I actually have a YouTube playlist that I play with this. And I actually have a virtual field trip to this lighthouse, which is actually really cool. So we'll be finishing up our lighthouse project and reading that book. The Lighthouses of the World coloring book, and it is a coloring book, but it has lots of information in it. So we're going to be reading through that. The Gail Gibbons Beacons of Light Lighthouses. And in the month of January, it's Betsy Ross's birthday, and it's actually the month she died as well. So we're reading a book about her, Betsy Ross. And then some books about cultures and different people around the world to kind of give us an intro into China. So we have Come Over to My House, Everybody Cooks Rice, and this is an Usborne book, Peoples of the World. And then these are some just storybooks based in China. So the story about Ping, The Seven Chinese Brothers, Minglo Moves the Mountain, and Tiki Tiki Tembo. And then these are our books about snow, winter, snowflakes, anything in that theme. So, Welcome to the Ice House, Chicken Soup with Rice, and this is a really cute book for introducing the months of the year, and it being January, the first month of the year. I like to do chicken soup with rice in the month of January. So, chicken soup with rice. Kiana's Iditarod. And I have two different versions of the mitten. So I have this version, and then I have the one by Jan Brett. And we're actually going to be doing a book comparison on those two books and how they're written differently, but about the same story. So we have the two books about the mitten. Angelina Ice Skates, and that's one of the Angelina Ballerina books. I have a Magic School Bus in the Arctic. Snow Day. The Snowy Day. The Big Snow. Math for All Seasons. And this is a really cute book that introduces different seasons, but has math riddles. It's pretty cute. We read it before, but I thought it would be fun since we're starting to get into weather again. Winter Days in the Big Woods. Storm in the Night. Animals in Winter, and this is one of the Let's Read and Find Out About science books. I really like that series. Katie and the Big Snow. And I don't have the cover on this one, but it is Snowflake Bentley, which is a really cute book. So those are our themed picture books for the month of January. And those are the books we're going to be reading in the month of January. We're going to be doing units on China, Chinese New Year, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Lighthouses, finishing up that, Winter, and Snowflakes, and then Penguins and Mr. Popper's Penguins. So we've got quite a bit going on in the month of January, and got quite a bit of unit studies and projects we're going to be working on. I will be providing links to all the resources that I'm going to be using for the different projects on my website, and you can check that out. I'll have a link below, and I will try and get a video up on how I put together a unit study for one of the units that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to try and get that up this month as well to show actually how I put one together, videos, books, and the projects and all of that. So that's in my plans for the month of January. So keep your eye out for that. And until then, I hope you like this video. If you do, click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.